You may take your wallet in hand now. Look upon it not as an empty thing, not as lack, not as want, but as a symbol of infinite supply. It is not a leather pouch, nor a folded fabric of man's making. It is the channel of Spirit's abundance. It is the visible that reflects the invisible. And now we speak the word. Divine substance flows to me through this wallet. It is always full. It overflows with the riches of God. Every time I open it, I see increase. Every time I touch it, I feel wealth. This is my channel, and it cannot run dry. My dear friend, the wallet you hold is not empty unless you have declared it so. The world teaches you to see through eyes of fear. It tells you to count your coins and measure your worth. But God does not count. God multiplies. You must not speak of lack, nor entertain thoughts of poverty. That is false vision. You must instead see with spiritual sight. What you hold is not an empty wallet. It is a seedbed of divine increase. You have now sown the word, and the word is the beginning of manifestation. As it is written, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Your wallet is now the evidence of things unseen. It holds the energy of riches before they arrive. And because you have spoken life into it, money must come. The law of increase is working through you. Let us affirm again, this wallet is blessed. It is the home of God's wealth. Every dollar that leaves it returns multiplied. I do not chase money. Money finds me, flows to me, and fills this wallet continually. Thank you, God, for the ever-present supply. When you walk through the marketplace, do not say I cannot afford it. Instead, declare, I am one with the opulent substance of the universe. What is mine, by divine right, appears with ease. Release all worry. You cannot manifest under the shadow of fear. Speak light. Speak faith. Speak abundance. The spoken word is your wand, and what you decree shall appear. If your wallet has been empty, it is only because you have not charged it with truth. But today, the tide has turned. You have spoken into it, and it must obey. Remember, as I have always said, your word is your wand. Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. What you prepare for, you shall have. So prepare now for overflow. See it, feel it, rejoice in it. Let us seal this with one final affirmation. By divine law, my wallet is overflowing with money. I am a faithful steward of wealth. I give freely, I receive joyfully, and the universe answers me with riches upon riches. There is no delay. There is no denial. Money is here now. I walk in prosperity. So it is, and so it must be. Amen. Your wallet is not a container. It is not merely a holder of bills, coins, cards, or tokens. No, it is far more than what the eye can see or the hand can hold. It is in truth a channel, a divine outlet through which the riches of the infinite pour themselves into your experience. Now many will say, how can that be? This is but a piece of leather, or cloth, or imitation of either. How can something so simple hold the power of wealth? And to that I say, it is not the wallet that has the power. It is the spoken word over it, the belief behind it, the faith that transforms it into a sacred object of abundance. I have seen time and again that what man calls empty, God calls potential, and what man calls lack, Spirit calls opportunity to demonstrate divine law. You must train yourself to see differently, to stop looking with the eyes of limitation and begin seeing with the eyes of Spirit. For your eyes may see an empty wallet, but your soul knows it as a channel of divine provision. So I tell you this day, take your wallet in your hands, hold it gently, not with fear, not with shame, but with reverence. And speak these words, not as a wish, not as a plea, but as a command backed by spiritual authority. Divine substance flows to me through this wallet. It is always full. It overflows with the riches of God. Every time I open it, I see increase. Every time I touch it, I feel wealth. This is my channel, and it cannot run dry. Let that word be spoken with conviction, with certainty. Let it ring out like a trumpet of truth, silencing every lie of poverty, every illusion of lack. For this is not make-believe. This is metaphysical law. What you bless, increases. What you curse, withers. When you bless your wallet, it cannot help but multiply the blessings. There was once a woman who came to me in tears. Her wallet was torn at the edges, faded, empty. She said, "Miss Shin, I have nothing left. This wallet is all I own, and it carries no money within it." And I said to her, "Then you are rich indeed, for you have a channel ready to be filled." I instructed her to clean the wallet, to treat it as sacred, to lay it each night upon her dresser, and speak over it these words: "You are the storehouse of my ever-increasing good. You attract prosperity. You are filled and refilled, again and again." She obeyed. She spoke the word. She expected. And not many days later, she was offered work she had not applied for. Money flowed in from forgotten sources. Her faith had activated the channel. You see, it is not about the wallet. It is about what the wallet represents. A symbol, yes, but also a gateway, a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, circulate, and steward divine substance. I urge you, stop looking upon your wallet with despair. Do not utter those false declarations. "I am broke, I never have enough. My wallet is always empty." For the subconscious mind receives these words as commands and sets about to fulfill them. Instead, let the truth of divine abundance rise in your heart and come forth through your lips. Let your wallet hear the truth, again and again, until it begins to mirror that truth in form. It is spiritual law that what you prepare for, you shall have. If you prepare to see overflow, you shall see it. If you make space, the universe fills it. If you treat your wallet as a holy object, it will become a holy container of wealth. Each time you open it, smile, not because of what is or isn't inside, but because you know that divine supply is never late, never small, never uncertain. It is constant, boundless, and faithful. Your wallet becomes the symbol of your oneness with that flow, and when you align with that truth, you move into the stream of infinite provision. There is no limit. There is no lack. The only thing that has ever blocked the flow is your belief in the block. But today you dissolve that false belief. Today you declare, "This is my sacred wallet. It is always full. It is a channel of God's infinite supply, and I am ready now to receive without fear, without guilt, without delay." And as you speak, so shall it be. Now let us continue forward, for the word alone is not enough. We must train the mind to hold wealth as its natural state. That is the next key to understand that the spoken word is the force, the blueprint, the seed of every harvest, for words create wealth. The tongue is not only a tool of expression, it is the very instrument of manifestation, and that, dear one, is the next truth we must explore together. And so, having established that your wallet is not simply a container but a divine channel through which abundance flows, let us now consider the very force that activates this channel, the word. You may walk around with a wallet made of gold, yet if your mouth speaks poverty, it shall remain as barren as a field untouched by rain. Words create wealth. The spoken word, uttered in faith and conviction, is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It is not an imagination. It is not mere optimism. It is law. It is power. It is seed. Man has long underestimated the tongue, using it carelessly to recount his troubles, to repeat the lie of lack, to dwell upon all that appears to be missing. But I tell you now, and I tell you with the authority of truth, your words are the mold in which your financial world is poured. You have spoken over your wallet, and that was right. But now, you must become ever more vigilant with your daily declarations. There must be no idle word, no foolish statement that contradicts your divine inheritance. When you say, "I am always short on cash," you bind yourself. When you declare, "I can't afford that," you close the very doors that God seeks to open for you. These phrases are not harmless. They are spiritual blocks, spoken chains that tie your abundance down. But the good news is this: Just as you have spoken yourself into limitation, you may now speak yourself into liberation. The tongue that cursed can now bless. The mouth that claimed lack can now declare plenty. The moment you choose your words with intention, money begins to move. You must no longer speak of what is, you must speak of what shall be, what already exists in the unseen. This is the principle of spiritual sight. If you continue to describe your current state, you are merely repeating the past. But if you speak the truth of your spiritual inheritance, you change the atmosphere around you. You activate laws that work on your behalf. Let us then declare boldly, I speak wealth. I think wealth. I radiate wealth. Therefore my wallet cannot remain empty. Do not whisper it. Speak it with power, as one who knows. Speak it each morning before you begin your day. Speak it each night before you lay down to rest. Speak it when the bills come. Speak it when the doubt arises. Do not wait for the appearance of wealth to speak it. Speak it, and the appearance shall follow. I once knew a man who had been unemployed for many months. Each day, he told all who would listen, there are no jobs. I've tried everything. I don't know what I'm going to do. His wallet was limp, and so was his faith. I instructed him to stop speaking of his problem and instead speak the solution. I gave him these words, divine substance knows where I belong. The perfect position is already mine by divine right. My wallet is full, and I am abundantly supplied. He resisted at first, for his senses argued against the word, but he persisted. And not a week had passed before a stranger offered him a business opportunity, one that grew beyond his expectation. His speech had changed his atmosphere. The word had cleared the path for supply. You see, it is not magic, it is law. It is cause and effect. Your word is the cause. Your wallet is the effect. If your words are filled with power, your finances will begin to reflect that vibration. But beware of contradiction. You cannot say one moment, my wallet is overflowing, and then later sigh, I don't know how I'll manage. You cannot affirm wealth, and then entertain fear. That is double-mindedness, and the double-minded man receives nothing. Choose now which report you will believe, the report of fear or the report of faith, and what is faith, but the evidence of things not seen. You do not need to see the money to speak it. You do not need the proof before the proclamation. You speak because you know that your word is the spark, and that divine substance rushes to where it is called. There is no such thing as an idle word. Every sentence is a declaration of what you believe. If your beliefs have created lack, then today, you are empowered to shift them through new language, new affirmations, new faith-filled speech. Do not speak to impress others. Speak to instruct your subconscious. Speak to direct the flow of divine energy into your affairs. Speak as a child of the Most High, whose birthright is wealth in all forms, from this moment on. Every word you speak about money must be aligned with truth. No more I can't. No more I don't. Replace them with I always have more than enough. My supply is unlimited. Divine money is drawn to me like a magnet. You must reprogram the soil of your mind with these truths until it bears fruit. Speak them into your wallet, your bank account, your pockets, your home. Bless everything you touch, and watch it multiply, for what you bless increases. And now, having spoken rightly, having declared truth over your channel of supply, you are ready for the next revelation. You are ready to stop fearing the empty moment and begin prophesying over it. You must learn not to curse an empty wallet, but to speak into it the very riches of heaven. And that, dear friend, is the next truth we must walk into together. Let us move forward. You have now come to understand the power of the spoken word, that it is not idle sound, but divine command. That every phrase that leaves your lips is either building up your wealth or tearing it down. And as you walk further in this light, you will encounter what the world calls contradiction, the sight of an empty wallet in the hand of one who is declaring it full. Here is where many falter. Here is where doubt creeps in, whispering, "But look, it is still empty." I tell you now, do not be moved by appearances. What you see with the natural eye is not the truth. It is only the echo of past beliefs. The physical world is slow to catch up to spiritual reality, but the spiritual is always leading. And your task is not to repeat what you see, it is to prophesy what is coming. So when your wallet appears empty, you must not curse it. You must not say, "There's nothing here." You must not groan or complain or sigh. You must remember that your word is your wand, and that what you speak over that wallet in that very moment, in the face of lack, is the turning point. People often tell me, "Miss Shin, how can I speak prosperity when I see poverty? How can I call forth riches when I feel surrounded by lack?" And I reply, that is precisely when the word holds its most divine power. To speak when all is well is easy, but to speak when all seems lost, that is the true exercise of faith. That is when heaven leans close and says, "This one believes." Do not wait for your wallet to be filled to speak it. So, speak into it as it is empty. Speak into it as you are tempted to fear. Speak into it until it rises up in the image of your declaration. Let us declare it together now. Though I see little, I know abundance is rushing in. This wallet is now a magnet for multiplied money. Do not merely whisper it as a hopeful wish, decree it as law. When you speak this, you are not lying. You are not pretending. You are operating in the unseen realm where all wealth originates. You are calling things that be not as though they were, because in spirit they already are. A man once came to me and said, "I've spoken the affirmations, but nothing has changed. My wallet still lies flat. My pockets still feel light." I asked him, "Have you spoken the word in faith, or have you spoken it with a heart full of doubt, waiting to see if it works?" Because you see, the law is activated by certainty. It responds not to hesitation, but to unwavering belief. I gave him this instruction. Each morning, take your wallet in your hands, and though it seems empty, bless it. Place within it even the smallest coin, and speak. This is a seed. It grows and multiplies. I am rich now. My supply is flowing. The appearance is temporary. The truth is eternal. And he obeyed. He blessed the little he had. He spoke into the void. He prophesied into the silence. Within weeks, doors began to open. Unpaid debts were returned. Unexpected checks arrived. The wallet began to reflect the word. You see, the law is no respecter of persons, only of belief. If you believe the wallet is empty and doomed to stay so, you are right. But if you believe it is merely awaiting the fulfillment of your spoken word, then it must respond. It is not your job to know how it will be filled. It is only your job to keep the spiritual vision alive, to refuse to curse the emptiness, and instead anoint it with faith. Let us never forget this truth. God does not operate by the seen, but by the spoken. The universe responds to command, not to complaint. The spiritual substance of wealth is intelligent, obedient, and it hears your voice. So take the very thing that looks like lack, and call it blessed. Say aloud, "This wallet is a channel of divine increase. It overflows with substance. Money cannot stay away from me. It seeks me, it finds me, it fills this space." Do not worry whether you feel it yet. The feeling will follow the faith. The manifestation will follow the word. Speak now, and keep speaking. You may not see results the next hour or the next day, but I promise you, if you continue to speak without wavering, the law must fulfill what you have declared. Just as the farmer plants seed in soil and walks away with confidence that harvest shall come, so must you speak your word and walk in assurance. The seed is not visible at first, but it is working beneath the surface. And your wallet, though it may appear empty to your eyes, is already vibrating with the power of your spoken truth. Now, as you grow in this practice, you will begin to treat your wallet differently. You will no longer see it as a source of stress or sadness, but as a holy object, and that is where we must go next. to the practice of giving your wallet a new identity, not one of lack, but one of divine circulation. For what you bless, increases, and what you treat as sacred becomes a vessel of sacred increase. You now understand that your words hold divine power, and you have spoken over what seemed empty. You have declared the truth in the face of illusion, blessing your wallet even when it looked barren. And in doing so, you have already shifted something unseen. You are not the same. You are no longer under the illusion of lack. You are becoming aligned with the law of increase. And now we go further, for you must not only speak to your wallet, you must treat it differently. You must give it a new identity. You must stop treating your wallet as a burden. Stop holding it with dread, with heaviness, with guilt. That, dear soul, is a misuse of energy. It binds your flow. If you sigh when you open your wallet, if you feel shame when you look inside it, you are imprinting your subconscious with scarcity. And what you impress upon the subconscious must appear in your world. So I say to you today, begin treating your wallet as a sacred object, a symbol of divine circulation. See it as a vessel chosen by Spirit to carry the evidence of God's provision in your life. When you shift the way you relate to it, it will shift what it draws to you. Take your wallet now and hold it in your hand. Look at it not as something broken or empty, but as something alive. For it is everything responds to vibration. Everything is alive with the energy you give it. If you bless it, it must multiply. If you fear it, it must constrict. You are the master, not the victim. You are the sender, not the receiver only. So many of my students used to ask, Miss Shin, why does money leave me so quickly? I receive it, and it disappears. And I would reply, you must learn to bless the outflow as much as you bless the inflow. That is the secret. Every time money leaves your wallet, it should leave in joy. You must never resent giving. You must never fear spending. Resentment cuts off circulation. Fear blocks return, but joy opens the channel wide. For money is like breath, it must go out to come in. It must move. It must circulate. When you hold it in fear, you choke the very river that is meant to bless you. So here is the new way. Every time you give, speak aloud, I give freely and joyfully. This money returns to me, multiplied from expected and unexpected sources. I am safe in divine supply. Say it again and again, until you feel the release. Until your giving becomes a song of praise, not a weight of fear. Do not say, there goes my last dollar. Say, instead, here goes a seed into the soil of spirit. It must return to me in a harvest of increase. You are never spending, you are sowing, and the harvest is guaranteed by divine law. Just as a farmer would never cry over the seed he plants in the earth, so you must not mourn what leaves your wallet. The seed is not lost. It is working invisibly, preparing to return to you 10-fold, 20-fold, even 100-fold, if you will not interfere with doubt. And when money comes to you, whether $1 or 1,000, receive it with reverence. Do not say, it's not enough. That is a curse in disguise. Do not treat any amount as too small to matter. The universe watches how you treat every coin. If you mock the small, you reject the large. Say instead, I welcome all forms of wealth. I bless every amount. Every dollar I touch is a magnet for more. My wallet receives and multiplies with ease. This is how the law of increase is honored, not in frantic striving, not in fear, but in joy, in thanksgiving, in respect for divine movement. Your wallet is no longer just a tool, it is now a living symbol of your new consciousness. Handle it with love, keep it organized, keep it clean, keep it blessed. Every action you take with it is a signal to the universe of how you expect to be supplied. I knew a woman once who began placing a small written affirmation inside her wallet. She wrote on a slip of paper, infinite substance flows to me through this channel. Money comes in expected and unexpected ways. I am abundantly provided for. She read it every time she opened her wallet. At first, nothing changed on the outside. But she changed, her energy changed. And within weeks she began to see unusual financial blessings, a refund she had forgotten, a generous gift, a job offer with higher pay. Her wallet became her altar, and her altar called forth provision. So I ask you now, will you treat your wallet as a sacred channel? Will you release fear and welcome joy? Will you speak increase as money flows out, and give thanks as it flows in? This is not fantasy. This is the rhythm of divine law. And now that you have begun to bless your wallet, to honor it as a vessel of circulation and growth, you must learn to see the image of overflow even when the material world has not yet caught up. You must train your spiritual sight, because what you see within will always become what you see without. So let us continue forward, and learn now how to see abundance, even before it arrives, to hold the image of overflow until it cannot help but manifest in the world around you. And now that you have cleansed your view of your wallet, no longer seeing it as a burden but as a sacred instrument of divine circulation, you are ready for the next and deeper work to see overflow, even when the senses deny it. For what you see inwardly, what you behold in the imagination, is what must take form outwardly. This is law. It is the law of visualization, the law of mental equivalence, and it cannot be broken. You must learn to see prosperity in your mind's eye, long before it arrives in physical form. Most people only believe in what they can touch, what they can count, what they can deposit at the bank. But the spiritual man sees differently. The spiritual man knows that what is seen is temporal, and what is unseen is eternal. That what you behold inwardly is the pattern that divine substance must follow. Therefore, I say to you today, do not see an empty wallet. See it bulging, see it overflowing, see the bills stacked, the currency pressed together in perfect order. See the wallet so full it can hardly close. Picture it, feel it, rehearse it in the mind, because until you see it, you will not seize it. You must reject the false vision. That is your spiritual discipline. That is your work. When the world shows you lack, you do not nod and agree. You do not say, yes, it is true. You say instead, this is false appearance, and I do not accept it. The truth is, I am wealthy, I am provided for, my wallet is full in the unseen and must soon reflect it in the seen. This is not fantasy. This is faith. Faith is not hoping. Faith is knowing. Faith is seeing what others cannot see, and holding to it no matter what rises to challenge it. Now let me tell you something vital. Your subconscious cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. So when you picture abundance clearly, repeatedly, and with feeling, the subconscious accepts it as truth and sets about drawing that image into your experience. The image becomes the mold. The mold draws the substance, and the substance must fill the form. I knew a gentleman who struggled with finances for years. He kept perfect books, worked hard, and tithed faithfully, but nothing shifted. He came to me, weary and discouraged. I asked him, "What do you see when you think of your wallet?" He replied, "Honestly, Miss Shin, I see it empty. I see a few lonely bills, and a sense of dread." I said, "There is your problem. You are painting poverty with the brush of your imagination. You must change the picture," I told him. "Every night before you sleep, close your eyes and picture your wallet full, not just full, overflowing. See it on your table. See money peeking out. See yourself opening it and feeling joy. Hear the sound of the bills. Smell the richness of it. Use all the senses of the soul, and above all, feel the gratitude as though it were already done." He obeyed. He painted a new picture, and within a matter of weeks, opportunities appeared. Old debts were paid. Unexpected income came from forgotten sources. The outside had conformed to the image he had finally held inside. So I say to you now, see it, see abundance when the world tells you to fear. See the table spread when the cupboards are bare. See the wallet full when your bank balance says otherwise. Hold the vision, and do not let it go. Let us affirm together now. I see overflow. I feel abundance. I expect miracles. This wallet must now reflect my inner vision. Repeat this daily. When doubt creeps in, speak it again. When fear whispers that you're pretending, speak it louder. The world was not made by those who feared. It was shaped by those who believed in what had not yet been seen. Now hear this. The vision you hold must be clear and charged with emotion. Do not visualize vaguely. Be specific. Be joyful. Be bold. Do not be afraid to imagine yourself wealthy, free, overflowing. This is not greed. This is not vanity. This is your divine right. If you do not see overflow, you will unconsciously plan for lack. You will shrink your desires. You will push away divine opportunities. You will prepare for disappointment. But when you see abundance, you make room for it. You prepare for it. You align with it. And the universe, by law, must meet you there. Even when others mock you, even when your reality seems slow to shift, you must remain true to your inner picture. That is what separates the manifester from the beggar. One speaks from fear, the other from faith. Do not wait until the wallet is full to rejoice. Rejoice now. See the picture now. Feel the blessing now, and the law, which cannot be mocked, will bring the outer into harmony with the inner. And as you begin to hold this new image, not once, not twice, but persistently, faithfully, you will notice something even deeper beginning to unfold. The realization that you and money are not separate. That money is not distant, not difficult, not elusive, but rather it is part of you, drawn to you, circulating through you, and that is the revelation we are now ready to receive. As you begin to hold the vision of overflow, seeing your wallet filled, seeing your table prepared, seeing your needs met before they even arise, you step into a deeper spiritual truth. You and money are not separate. This may sound strange at first, for most of the world has been taught that money is something outside of themselves, something to chase, something to strive for, something withheld and doled out by the whim of fate. But this is false teaching. This is the illusion. And your work, dear soul, is to break the illusion and return to truth. The truth is that you are one with divine substance. The supply you seek is not outside of you. It is within you and flows through you according to your recognition of it. There is no separation. There is only alignment or misalignment. When you see yourself as separate from wealth, you create resistance. You push the good away, even as you call for it. But when you accept, truly accept, that you are already united with the flow of abundance, then nothing can stand between you and its full expression. I have said many times, and I say again, now there is no absence in divine mind. There is no delay in the spiritual realm. There is only perfect supply, ever present, waiting to be received. And it is received not by effort, not by force, but by alignment. When you align with the truth that you are a channel of wealth, not a beggar, not a victim, but a vessel, it begins to manifest with ease. You must begin to walk as if you and money are friends, not enemies, not strangers, but companions in the great dance of life. Money is not wicked. Money is not unspiritual. It is simply a tool, a symbol of exchange, and a mirror of your consciousness. If your thoughts are fearful, money becomes elusive. But if your thoughts are generous, faithful, and rooted in divine order, then money flows like a river with no end. I once had a student who told me, "Miss Shin, money always slips away from me. It comes and goes, and I never seem to hold on to it." I asked her, "How do you think of money? Do you treat it with honor, or with fear? Do you speak kindly of it, or do you curse its absence?" She admitted that she often resented money, feared it, felt guilty about it. And I said to her, "Then you have made yourself an enemy to the very thing you wish to draw near. You must become a friend of money, a wise, generous, and joyful steward." She began to change her speech. She stopped saying, "I can't afford it," and began saying, "I am one with abundant supply." She began blessing her money, no matter how little. She stopped chasing and started aligning. And as always, the law responded. Her income increased. Her debts were dissolved. Her wallet became not a source of stress, but a symbol of partnership with spirit. Let us affirm together, I am one with the riches of the universe. I cannot be separate from wealth. My wallet and I live in prosperity now. Say it often. Say it until it takes root in your soul. Say it until it is no longer a hope, but a knowing. You must also release the idea that you must struggle for every dollar. The divine does not bless you through strain. The divine blesses you through harmony, alignment, right action, and right speech. When you know you are one with wealth, the chase ends. The fear ends. The doubt dissolves. You do not need to convince money to come. You need only remove the inner resistance that says it is far from you. You need only clear the belief that says, I must earn worthiness, and replace it with, I am already worthy. I am already aligned. I am already supplied. There is no need to beg for what is already yours. The Father's house has no shortage. The storehouse of heaven is not locked. It opens to those who believe it open, and you, beloved, are learning to believe. Do not make an idol of money. Do not worship it. But do not fear it either. Do not shrink from it or despise it. That is still separation. Walk with it. Use it. Bless it. Let it flow to you and through you. For you are not its servant, you are its channel. Money does not create happiness. It is not your source. But it is a tool by which love, joy, and purpose can express themselves. When you are aligned with truth, money becomes like breath, taken in and given out without tension, without fear, without attachment. Hold your wallet now, not with craving, not with desperation, but with peaceful assurance. It is not your master, it is your servant, and you are not empty. You are full of divine power, full of supply, full of spiritual inheritance. You have never been separate from abundance. It has always been waiting for your recognition. As you walk in this awareness, something deep within you begins to settle. You stop chasing, you stop doubting, you stop shrinking your desires, and you begin to open fully. You begin to expect, you begin to rest, because you know now that wealth is not something you must catch, it is something you embody. And now, having walked through these truths, spoken the word blessed the empty, treated your wallet as sacred, visualized the overflow, and remembered your oneness with supply, you are ready to declare the whole of it. You are ready to seal this truth in your heart and send it forth as a decree to the universe. And now, beloved, we have walked the path together, from fear to faith, from lack to overflow, from seeing with the eyes of man to seeing with the eyes of spirit. You have spoken the word, planted the seed, and built the vision. You have blessed your wallet, honored your flow, and remembered your oneness with divine supply. You no longer chase money, it flows to you. You no longer doubt your provision, it is already assured. You no longer speak of lack. You decree abundance, for you are no longer the one who feared the emptiness. You are now the one who commands the overflow. You have become the vessel. You have become the vessel. You have become the magnet. You have become the word made manifest. So now, speak this final declaration with boldness, with joy, and with unwavering trust. By divine law, my wallet is overflowing with money. I am a faithful steward of wealth. I give freely, I receive joyfully, and the universe answers me with riches upon riches. There is no delay, there is no denial. Money is here now. I walk in prosperity, and so it is. And so it must be. And so it is already done. Amen.